Today's video is going to be another skincare trial. This one it's kind of a hodgepodge of a bunch of different companies, but my premise for this video is that I wanted to test skincare products from other countries. You know, I say in a lot of videos that we are a bit US-centric in America. It's kind of hard for us to imagine that there's a whole world out there, but I just kind of suspected that there is a whole world out there, and maybe some brands from other countries have really good skincare products. And there were a couple of brands that I was really interested in testing. This video is going to include Verso, which is a brand that I've talked about before. I've talked about absolutely loving their face mask. They're going to be in this. Kiko Milano, that's a really big brand based out of Italy that doesn't get a lot of attention in the US, but they're really well known everywhere else. Alpha H, there's some PR in this video, but I will be really honest with you guys about what companies sent me PR. I have no reason to lie to you. And for what it's worth, I don't have any reason to lie to companies either, so I make sure that I'm upfront with them. You know, hey, I'm going to really use your product and do a really honest review. Please know that before you send me. If you're okay with that, send those products on over. At this point, I kind of figure that if a company wants to send me PR, they either have a lot of faith in their product or they're just masochistic. And let me go ahead and talk about the condition of my skin. Oh my gosh. I have been so happy with my skin for at least a week. I'm so happy with it. I hadn't had a pimple until literally this morning, and I completely blame MAC Cosmetics for this. My fiance and I went to the MAC Cosmetics Studio Fix event. I don't know if you guys have that in your city, but we had it here, and I was like, yeah, let's go. You know, they've expanded their shade range. This sounds really fun. So they match you for your foundation, and I had them match me right here. I was like matched right between my face and my neck because I've had too many employees try to match me to pink undertone foundations. Yes, I know I have redness, but that is significantly different from the actual undertone of my skin. You know, if the kids in my elementary school could see it, and they did, that's why they gave me the nickname Alien, then how come y'all can't see that I clearly have a bit of an olive undertone? So I don't know, I'm just tired of looking like a neon Christmas tree. So I was like, match me right here. They did. I left the foundation on. I'm pretty sure I removed it. I'm pretty darn sure I removed it. But alas, here we are with the pimple right where they put it. Now I remember why I quit MAC's foundations. Anyway, aside from that, my skin is looking great. I'm actually amazed at the reduction in my scarring. I still have it, and I hope you guys can see it. I do have a really bright light, and somebody accused me of using a filter. I can't afford a filter. I don't even know where to get a filter. But I do have a bright light, and sometimes it can kind of drown out the scarring, but I do have it. It's much less pronounced right now, though, I really have to say. I'm very happy with my skin. The fine lines on my forehead are reduced. It's been going quite well. Side note here, I have accidentally incorporated a primer into my skincare. I put a video up on that either yesterday or 2 days ago, depending on when I get this up. So that was kind of a part of this by accident. Really good product though, definitely worth mentioning that you should check out that video. And I'm going to try to speed this video up and not be too in-depth. I'm going to direct you off to another channel if you want more information on some ingredients here. So all that said, let's start getting into product reviews. I do want to start with Verso. Verso is a brand that is based in Sweden. They have a lab located near the University of Stockholm, and basically the premise of their brand is that they have a science-based, low-ingredient approach. They do definitely carry themselves as a higher-end brand. They're available at Nordstrom, Space NK, Barney's, Net-a-Porter, and the prices are not cheap. But I do think that they are really onto something with their products. They advertise this retinol 8 in their products, and what it is retinol retinoate, which is made by combining retinol and retinoic acid. So they did some testing with this, and they found it to be 8 times as effective as traditional retinol and half as irritating, which sounds really promising to the extent that they say it is not as sun sensitizing as regular retinols, which means you can use it during the day. Now, in all fairness, I was scared to use it during the day, so I didn't. That could be just a mental block for me. But I really do think it's a great and very potent ingredient, and I felt like I did see the results. Now, realistically, you should not be able to see results in 2 weeks, and that's something I really try to be cognizant of on my channel, but I think that there can be a lot of crossover in the way that I do these. For example, I use Peter Thomas Roth's Retinol Fusion PM. I always have used that for, well, not always, but for like a solid year. That has been my night serum. I did ditch it to use these. Is that contributing to me seeing results faster? Maybe. But I do want to direct you to Ginger's Beauty channel if you want more information on this ingredient. She made a really fantastic video discussing all the ins and outs of retinol 8. So I will link that below. As for what I tried the Super Facial Serum, which is $130 for 1.08 ounces, and I loved it. I feel like this form of retinol was really giving me both anti-aging benefits and anti-acne, and I felt like I could see it, really within a few days, and not any kind of irritation as well. I feel like all the claims on this were true for me, but again, I always want to emphasize that was only 2 weeks of use, and if you really want to review a retinol, you should probably use it for 6 months. So, that's the biggest criticism that I get on my channel is 2 weeks is not enough time. Well, I know sometimes it's not, but sometimes it is, usually it's enough to give you insight into a product and whether it is working or not. Now, the night cream is $100 for 1.69 ounces, and you're going to get a lower concentration of the retinol 8 in this. Is there going to be a benefit of stacking it? Maybe, maybe not. Personally, I don't think I'd buy the full size of this. I did see straight up alcohol in the ingredients, which is something that I try to avoid. And even though it's cheaper, you are going to see so much more benefit from using a serum than a night cream. So personally, even though the serum is more expensive for less product, I would continue using that before I would buy another one of these. I did use them together, but I don't think you necessarily need to. Then as far as the deep hydration mask, this is the product that I have tried from this brand before and I have loved. I have said this is the most effective mask that I've ever tried, and I actually stand by that. The catch with this is that it is $80 for 4 of these masks, which means one of these is $20. $20 for one sheet mask. However, Verso claims that you get 120 hours of benefit from using this mask, and I actually have to agree. I think that usually when you apply a sheet mask, you will see the results for anywhere from 12 to 48 hours, and then it just kind of fades off. Now, they claim there are highly absorbent small silica particles, artificial moisturizing factor, which is really just a name for the compounds that they've put into this. That's a pretty common practice in skincare. If you go on the Sephora website, you will see all kinds of brands give kind of nicknames to the groups of compounds that they are using. It does have ceramides and peptides. I guess what it is, here's what I think with this mask. I think that if you have money but not time, this may be worth it for you. If you can't find time to use a sheet mask every 2 to 3 days and you just want one that's going to last you for 5 days, I think you're going to really enjoy this. On the other hand, if you have time but not money, then I would say, just keep buying the $2 to $3 sheet masks and use them every day. You're going to get the same end result. But in terms of is it potent, yes, it is potent. I do think it's very high quality, and if you ever find it on sale, grab it. Let's talk about Alpha H next. This is a brand that is based out of Australia, and they are best known for liquid gold. Now, I only tried 2 products from this brand. I didn't actually try liquid gold because I already have glycolic toners, but I did try their 24-hour moisture repair cream that is in their liquid gold line. So this is a moisturizer that contains 5% glycolic acid as well as lactic acid, matrixyl, argan stem cells. It's actually quite similar to Sunday Riley's Good Genes if Good Genes added in glycolic in addition to lactic. I think that you'll either have a preference between those AHAs as to which one works better for you. Glycolic acid is the smaller one that can penetrate deeper and can be stronger, but it can also be more sensitizing, whereas lactic acid is a larger molecule and it's just less painful on the skin in many ways. So I could feel this when I first applied it to my skin. You do get a bit of a tingle, but it does fade. It doesn't stay all day. Oh, I don't think I've mentioned the price yet. This is $99 for 1.69 ounces, so it's still pretty expensive, but I did like it. I did think that you will see brightening with this. I think this is a great product to use during the day to continue to fight acne scarring, to decrease the appearance of fine lines. I would say anytime you're using a product like this, or even Good Genes, be careful what you pair it with. You don't want to be using harsh physical exfoliators and then try to go in with something like this. It will actually be really painful. But I did like it. I think it's a really good product. I just also think that it's not going to be for everybody because not everybody is able to use glycolic acid. If you have more sensitive skin, I wouldn't recommend it. I also tried the Beauty Sleep Power Peel with 0.5% retinol. This retails for $129 for 1.69 ounces. This is 14% glycolic acid, so you can feel this one even stronger than the other product. It also contains 0.5% retinol, which is kind of interesting because there's a lot of debate in the skincare world about using those two ingredients together, but as far as seeing results from this, I certainly felt like I saw results, as you should, from a 14% glycolic solution. Now, the recommended use of this is 2 times a week. I only used it once a week because of how potent it is. I mean, you feel it. You feel it tingling a lot on your skin, but you do wake up in the morning with any kind of acne scarring you have, it will look reduced. And you can get a similar effect with TLC Framboos from Drunk Elephant. You know, there's a lot of products on the market, but this is unique for pairing it with retinol. Again, because of that controversy. But again, it's a mixed bag. There's some people that believe those ingredients cancel each other out and some people who don't. But clearly, Alpha H does not believe that. Then I have the Lovest Derma brand, which is based out of Taiwan. This seems to be a really small company, and this is a brand that sent me these products to test. Now, honestly, I didn't think I was going to have a strong opinion on the foaming cleanser. I feel like you can sum up 90% of my reviews, specifically of face wash, with this. Yeah, it's fine. And I thought this was going to be the same situation with this foaming cleanser. Like, yeah, I'm sure it's fine, right? Now, they say that this deep cleans pores, removes excess oils, and clears surface impurities. It is a foaming cleanser in that same sense as Caudalie has a foaming cleanser, Peter Thomas Roth also. Foaming cleansers can be a little harsh. In fact, a lot of people would tell you not to use a foaming cleanser because they can strip the skin too much. That's why I'm so surprised with this particular foaming cleanser. I really just thought it was going to be like every other foaming cleanser, but it's shockingly gentle. What I noticed with this brand is that they also have that same low ingredient approach. It's a very short ingredients list in here and a very effective cleanser that most certainly does not leave your skin feeling dry. I really got to give them that. I was very impressed with this. I had a little bit of trouble finding it. I managed to find this brand on YesStyle.com. And I'm going to use their prices because even though you can order through lovestderma.com, I have this tendency to think in my head that most people order from Ulta, Sephora, or YesStyle, those bigger kinds of websites. The retail price on YesStyle.com for this is $22.90 for 6.3 ounces. They currently have it on sale for $11.45, but it looks like there's only one left in stock, and I added it to my cart. I didn't go through with it because I'm really trying not to impulse buy things lately. I'm not doing that well. But again, this was a huge surprise. I think, you know, I have such a tendency to love foaming cleansers, and yet they don't love me back. So to find one that actually did, I'm very happy with it. It's been quite eye-opening to realize I do need to use a more gentle cleanser. They also sent me the B3 Bamboo Charcoal Jelly Mask, which turns out to be the biggest face mask that I've ever owned. It's almost as big as my head. This is $43.90 for 16.9 ounces. Over a pound of face mask. That's a big face mask. I have to say I've noticed something in a lot of these international face masks in particular. In America, we have this real tendency to believe that we need to buy a very drying clay mask if we struggle with oily skin or acne, whereas in many of these Asian brands, or even some of the other brands that'll be in this video, they seem to have more of a balanced approach. And that's absolutely what this mask is. It contains hydrating ingredients before it even gets to the charcoal. It has glycerin and then charcoal. It contains salicylic acid in it. So I think it's a really good balancing mask. I think you might not see as instant of results using any kind of balancing mask, but I think it's better on your skin over time, so I did like it. My only constructive criticism to the company would be, I don't know if everybody's going to want to buy an entire pound of face mask. I would make a smaller size of this, but it is a thoughtful product. It even came with a little scoop so you can take it out more easily. I like it. I would recommend it, but I think people are going to have a harder time committing to this size. I would make a smaller size that is priced less expensive, and I think more people would buy it. And then we have the hydrating serum, and this is the product where I read the ingredients, and this is what made me reply to this email and say, yes, I do want to try your brand. This is a very simple formula, very high in hyaluronic acid, also contains niacinamide and panthenol, which is going to improve the skin texture. and it is $50.90 for an ounce, so it's pretty standard pricing. They promise a 24-hour effect with this, and with it being such a simple formula, so high in hyaluronic acid and low in ingredients that are going to be associated with acne, I really do think this is a good formula. I love that this is silicone free, and this is something that I already wrote the company and told them, you need to advertise that, because I think more people are becoming aware of the correlation of silicones in products and acne breakouts. And considering that the last silicone-free serum I talked about was, you know, $400, I think they've really got, this brand has a lot of potential, and I do hope that they get more exposure. You know, they sent this to me, I assume, to get more exposure, so I like it. I think this is a really good brand, pretty underrated at this point, but hopefully they do get more exposure. The next brand that I'm going to talk about is Kiko Milano. This is a brand based out of Italy. It is a drugstore brand, so these products are much more affordable than I think everything else in this video. And as I said in the intro, they are pretty well known all over the world, but not as talked about in America, and I really don't know why. They remind me a lot of MAC Cosmetics in the way that they release products. They do a lot of these limited edition type of products, collections really. So I tried the Zoomania Hydrating Sheet Mask from their Zoomania collection, and then also the Green Me Konjac Sponge. The prices on these are weird. I actually bought these on sale, so I'll tell you what I paid and also what they apparently retailed for. First up is the Zoomania mask. This is $6, but I got it for $2. This is supposed to have an animal print on it, and the one that I used was the cat. I have the tiger left. I don't really think this was all that special, to be honest with you. It's a very basic hydrating sheet mask. The ingredients are fine. The print is really underwhelming. If you've ever tried one of these cute little animal masks, they'll often have a print on them, but this is really quite a faded print. It was barely there. But that's not really my gripe with this. My gripe with this is the size of this was so off that when I put it on, it covered my hair. And I don't want that in a sheet mask. A sheet mask is a product where you put it on and you leave it on. You shouldn't have to go wash your hair afterwards. So I didn't like it for that reason. It's a shame because I like the price. It's a cute idea though. It's just underwhelming. I was underwhelmed by this. However, I really liked the Konjac Sponge. This retails for $9, but I think I paid $3 or $4. This is the one that I've been using for the past 2 weeks, and I like it a lot, so much that I placed a second order. If you don't know much about Konjac sponges, they are 100% biodegradable sponges that when you put them in water, they become a very, very nice texture, very enjoyable for a very light exfoliation experience. And when they dry out, they actually kind of shrink down and become a little semi-rock type of thing. And they tend to come with a string so you can keep them hanging. I actually love Konjac sponges. I love them. I would compare them to the results you get with a Clarisonic or a Foreo if you slightly backed it up. Because it's a sponge, it's going to give you exfoliation, but it's also very soft. It's not going to give you harsh exfoliation. I tend to think that this might actually be perfect for my skin type, and you know, this plus the cleanser I used could be a huge contributing factor in what helped me to keep my skin clear. I wasn't being harsh on my skin in any way. No Clarisonic in the past 2 weeks, no harsh cleanser, just this and that gentle cleanser, and it went really well for me. In all fairness, my favorite Konjac sponge is from the Konjac Sponge Company. That's what it's called. But this is a very nice option and very, very inexpensive. I see that it is still on sale, so if you're interested, I would recommend this. And then my last two products, let me talk about Goldfaden MD. I only tried one product from this brand and from the last brand I'm about to talk about. But this is a Belgium-based company, much like my own heritage, actually. This is their balancing mask. It retails for $75 for 2 ounces. But I'm pretty impressed with the brand as a whole. It is a cruelty-free brand that actually recognizes silicones can be associated with acne, no alcohol in any of their products, and they go a step further, perhaps a step too far, but some people will really appreciate this. There are no parabens, no gluten, no mineral oil. I think that if you're really picky with your skincare, you might actually want to check this brand out. And Goldfaden is himself a dermatologist, so the premise of this brand is built around avoiding harsh ingredients, which is really a cause that I can get behind. So for this balancing mask, they use malic acid, which is a much gentler form of alpha hydroxy acids, and then also a lot of hydrating ingredients. Now usually when you use any kind of a mask that contains AHAs, you can usually only leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes. You can leave this one on for 20 minutes or be like me and leave it on for 25 because you forgot it was there. It does not sting your skin at all, but I do think it actually brightens your skin. I actually really enjoyed this and I've already used it up. I used this 3 times in the past 2 weeks. I'm impressed with this product, and it was just kind of a brand that I didn't know very much about. I got this in some kind of a sample bag, probably from some international order. But now I'm interested. Now I'm interested in this brand. All right, so I'm on my last product brand. Y'all are probably gonna see my glasses marks because I was just trying to do a little more research on this brand, even though I've already done it. I tried, I gave it one last chance. We'll get into talking about that. But anyway, this is the YMMV Switzerland skincare, and they sent me this. This is the Vitality C Plus Pure Vitamin ACE Intensive Treatment. I really like a lot of what is going on with this product, namely the results. I certainly feel like I did see the results from this, and sometimes when we're talking about vitamin C serums, I've said this in other videos, sometimes I'm not really sure that I see results, but I think a big part of it has to do with the very brilliant way that they've packaged this, which I'll go ahead and show you. What you get with this product is 4 of these little vials of product, and that's a very smart way to package a vitamin C product because vitamin C is not that stable. So an example of this is Philosophy's vitamin C serum. You do get your vitamin C separately, and once you crack each one of these open, you have 10 days to use it, and theoretically, you get the freshest vitamin C possible. They claim that this is going to prevent photoaging, intensely brighten dull tone, boost collagen synthesis to firm the skin, reduce dark spots and pigmentation, and I really did feel like this was yet another product that I had been using that was contributing to my skin looking so much brighter, my acne looking faded. I do like that it is paraben-free, phthalate-free, sulfate-free, and they even took this to the next level and put the pH on here. You get the pH of 4. That is actually really helpful information, and I wish more companies did that. And I gotta say, I really love that the ingredients are pure vitamin C, vitamin A, and vitamin E. You're not even paying for water, much less silicone filler. This is a true pure treatment, and I can't say that about a lot of products on the market. However, there is one thing that I really wish with this product, and that is I wish they told you what form of vitamin C, A, and E you're getting. You know, I don't think that's going to be a huge deal for a lot of people, but I know the skincare community, and I think for some people, they're going to want to know it. It doesn't matter if it is the least stable form of vitamin C because it's packaged this way. But I like the results. Again, my constructive feedback would be to add what forms of the vitamins that you have in this product onto the box. A lot of people will really like that. So that is my 2-week trial. My next trial is going to be Exuviance because I cannot believe that I bought that peel in the last 21 days of beauty. It's back and I still haven't reviewed it. So Exuviance is next. Stay tuned for that one. Hit subscribe if you do want to see that. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, and thank you for watching. See you guys next time.